Hello, thanks for joining the session today. We'll be starting the session in a couple of minutes. We'll just wait for a few more people to join. Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining the session today. Really glad to have you all here. We'll keep this simple and practical. The idea is not to walk you through features one by one, but to show you how Hiver AI actually fits into your day to day support workflow. Because AI only matters if it genuinely helps your team move faster, stay consistent, and reduce manual effort. So that's what we'll focus on today, how this actually works in real scenarios and in what it means for your team. Quick couple of things before we get started. This session is being recorded, so you'll get access to it later. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A box anytime. You don't have to wait till the end. And as we go through this, try mapping it to your own support workflows of how your team handles requests today. That will make this way more useful for you. Here's how we'll go about this. We'll start with what's actually slowing support teams down today. Then we'll look at how Hiver AI fits into that across the entire customer service lifecycle. We'll also share a few real examples of how teams are already using this. And then our Hiver AI team will take you through a live demo so you can see everything in action. Before we get started with the session, quickly introducing the speakers for today. I'm Srividhya from the product marketing team at Hiver. I work closely with both product and customers. So my focus is really on making sure what we build actually makes sense in real world workflows. And I'm joined today by Suraj and Anurag from our AI team. I'll hand it over to them to introduce themselves.
Hey folks, hi. Happy to be part of the session today. I'm Suraj Sharma, the AI product manager at Hiver. I make sure that our AI works and we are able to deliver real value to our customers. Happy to be helping all of you here in trying to use Hiver AI in the best way possible.
Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Anurag, product manager at Hiver, and I'm really excited to walk you through what we have been building on the AI side at Hiver. At Hiver, I work at the intersection of AI and business to make your workflows AI powered in a contextual and personalized manner. Really excited to have you guys.
Before we talk about AI, let's take a step back and look at what's actually happening today. Across most support teams, the challenges are pretty consistent. First, organizing all the incoming requests that's coming in. Conversations usually come in unstructured, no clear owner, no priority. Someone definitely has to manually make sense of it. Second is the repetitive work. A lot of queries don't really need human effort, but teams still spend time responding to them. To those is responding and resolving. Agents spend time reading long threads, figuring out context, and drafting replies from scratch. And finally, the visibility. You know something's slowing things down, but it's not always clear where or why. So, a lot of the times, it goes into work that could actually be handled much better. So, before we dive deeper into Hiver AI, we would love to understand what's the biggest challenge you and your team are facing today. You will see a few options on your screen. Go ahead and pick the one that resonates the most. This will help us tailor the rest of the session to what matters the most to you. Thanks for taking the poll. So, this is exactly where Hiver AI comes in. The easiest way to think about it is like it acts like an extra teammate across your support workflows. It doesn't sit outside your process or require a new system. It works alongside your team, helping automate repetitive work, assist during conversations, and gives visibility into what's happening. Let's break Hiver AI's offering into three parts. AI Copilot that helps agents while they are working, AI agents that handles all the repetitive work automatically, AI QA and AI insights that gives you visibility into performance and trends. The most important thing, all of these work together, not separately in silos. Just to understand where everyone is, how familiar are you with Hiver AI today? Thanks for taking the poll. Before we move forward, let's quickly recap what we have already launched and what we covered in the previous session that happened last year. These are the core capabilities teams are already using today. On the AI Copilot end, we have AI Compose that drafts contextual replies instantly, AI Summarizer that condenses long threads into quick summaries, Ask AI that suggests responses using conversation and knowledge context. In the AI agents end, we have AI tagging that categorizes by topic or type, AI sentiment analysis that flags tone to guide priority, and finally, AI thank you detector that closes threads post resolution. So, this forms the foundation, and now we'll build on top of it. So, here's how all of the Hiver features that's already released and that you'll be seeing now fits into the customer service lifecycle. Let me walk you through this with a very simple example because this is exactly how it plays out in real life. Let's say a customer has a question about a payment issue. Now, ideally, this shouldn't even reach your team. Before a request comes in, AI can already step in through knowledge based search and automated answers so the customer finds what they need instantly. So, no ticket created. But let's say it still comes through. The moment it arrives, Hiver AI can make sense of it. What is this about? How urgent is it? What details matter? All of that gets identified automatically. So your team isn't actually starting from scratch. Now, if this is something very repetitive, like a standard query or a follow up, Hiver AI can actually handle it end to end, respond, trigger a workflow, and even close the loop if needed. But if it needs a human, which a lot of conversations actually do, that's where AI Copilot steps in. Instead of reading through long threads or searching for the right answer, the agent already has context, suggestions, and even a draft ready to go. They are not actually starting from zero anymore. And while the agent is actually working on the conversation, Hiver AI continues to assist in the background. It helps refine tone, suggests the right responses, pull in relevant knowledge sources, and even give real time quality feedback so the agent can respond faster without second guessing. And then once all of this is happening at scale, the question becomes what's working and what's not? That's where insights come in, helping you spot patterns, understand quality, and continuously improve how your team operates. So instead of separate feature, this is really one continuous flow from the moment a customer needs help all the way to resolution and improvement. Now, rather than just talking about it, let's actually see how this works. I'll hand it over to Suraj and Anurag to take you through a live walkthrough how each of these capabilities fit into the customer service lifecycle. Over to you both.
Hey, thanks for the context, Srividhya. What we've typically seen happen in a lot of uh, customers that we talk to is they their customers spend a lot of time trying to figure out uh, how to sort of do a very simple task of understanding the billing or understanding the problems or just a simple setting that's buried under three screens that's there. This is something that most teams always have documented. They have very well defined knowledge bases, and they usually have it uh, explained in a lot of detail. But uh, because customers might not find the right let's say your customer has just 5 minutes and they just want to get something done quickly, uh, they usually have to read the entire help desk or look at understanding where the specific feature is, where what section is it in, and that creates a lot of problems even before they go ahead and talk to a support person or raise a ticket, right? So we've divided deflection into three parts, which is to say there is pre-deflection, and there is during the deflection cycle, and then there is a post-deflection. So and we know that a lot of teams have L1, L2, L3 tickets, and somehow you'll try to see how well we are trying to solve for each of these scenarios and where do each of our features are mapped with these sort of things. So we will share a quick demo and we'll talk about it. But having said that, I'm going to demonstrate three or four features right now. One of them is AI answers, which is let's say if someone just comes into your chat and they want to get a quick answer on something. Then we have KV search, which is to say uh, they can just they have the knowledge base, but they don't want to look up through multiple pages, multiple lines to understand where it went wrong or what are the problems there. So they can just quickly ask it. And then there is AI task, which is for your more complex use cases, uh, which is post L1 use cases that come up. And then we have thank you detector, which is the post resolution place. So I'll show you exactly how Hiver AI is sort of purpose built in each of these places, so that it gives you an idea of whenever you're thinking about how to integrate or implement each of these things, how can you look at it. Some of these features is what we have right now. A lot of our customers use it every day to triage issues, understand what are the problems, and AI aids them to do it faster, much better, and in a more personalized way for them. So these are the triad solutions that we already have. Which one of them is AI tagging, AI sentiment, and AI extract. AI tagging tags, it learns from the way you tag and it tags your emails for you. Sentiment analysis understands the sentiment of an email. Let's say if a customer is angry or if a customer is not happy with your product, you can trigger specific scenarios that you want to go there. Maybe you want to escalate it or something of that sort. AI extract can just pull very structured data, unstructured data from your emails. Let's say order ID. It could be order IDs. It could be some specific thing that they've mentioned in an order that you want to pull, which makes your job a lot easier than actually looking at the email and going through all of it to get to that. So these are the solutions that we already have, and we're going to show you what the next piece of it is going to look like. Okay, let's understand a scenario wherein you have a customer who's looking to who just wants to simply understand how to add users in Hiver. So you will have a knowledge base that looks like this. All your data is organized, but just to find a very simple thing like hey, where do I go to add users? Right? They'll have to go 2 to 3 steps inside to understand where is the specific article which sort of mentions how can I add users, right? So we've made it so simple that you don't have to do anything. You can just come over to this page, type in your very simple query, like that's it, and you can just press enter. Hiver AI is going to look through all of your knowledge base, get to that right data, saying, "Oh, these are the step-by-step guides to add a user," right? And it's going to get you the sources. You can copy it. Let's say if you want to send it to someone, you just copy it, or you can read through them. You can read about how they are, and that's the first part of the journey. This is even before the customer has raised a ticket or has started a conversation. So this is very much of a customer education, customer reflection focused area where we are trying to go deeper into telling them that, hey, you can just set up your KB and your customers will be able to search through it. This is available right now. If you are setting up a knowledge base on Hiver, we will be able to enable AI answers for you immediately. So that's something that we have right now. Cool. Now let's say this customer still does not find the answers, and they decide that, hey, I want to talk to someone, right? Now, at the scale of which our customers are, having just one conversation would lead to, let's say, hundreds of tickets that are being raised every day, right? And these are very simple queries, like, hey, how do I do this, how do I do that? uh, and they obviously expect a very natural response uh, uh, from the support teams that are looking at it. So let's say they go a step further and they decide that, hey, you know what, I want to talk to someone, right? And uh, this is not helping me, and I would want to sort of have a conversation with someone. So in that case, we have something which is called as AI answers, which is called as chat agents. So what chat agents does is it sort of sits on all of your knowledge base, past responses, your website, and it can get the right answers for you. So just to show you how a good demo of how it works. So let's say this. Let's for a moment assume that this is Apple's uh, website, right? And this could be the homepage. This is uh, where all of the information sits, right? You would want to get an answer. Users would expect to get an answer immediately out of it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this button, and this is what the chat widget is going to look like. It's going to pull up some information, and you can immediately ask it a question and it will give you an answer like a real human would. So let's say, and I have put in there, and I can just write, right, and pretty nice answer, right? And then I can just ask a very simple question, right? So usually this information is not documented. You would have it on your website, and you would want to have your ability to recommend your customers something, right? You can see clearly it just suggested me an iPhone, which is there in my budget, and that's how simple it is. And it's super simple to set it up. You can just set it up in like 5 minutes or so, and it gets all of the data, all of the context that's on your website, different documents, a lot of those things. And it's highly trainable as well. You can train it to adapt to very different scenarios that you want. And it is super simple to set up a chat agent for your website. So all you have to do is just give it a website, the website that you want it to look at, and you can ask it to just pick up a single website, or it can do multiple websites for you. Now let's say you've added a website here, and you can upload the documents that you wanted to answer from, and you can also integrate your Hiver KB with it. So let's say it's just simple toggle on, toggle off, and you can test it out directly. Like, so in this case, we have set it up for Stripe, and you can just ask very simple question like, it's a very simple question that's available already in the knowledge base. It's available on the website, and you can see how quickly it can sort of generate a very human-like answer for you. Right. So it says that it's a great question. It goes into the detail of explaining it, and it sort of explains the step-by-step process, and you can ask follow-up questions as well. Perfect. Right. As you can see, in very simple terms, it sort of got all the details right, and you can see how it looks in the front end. You can see how this type bot works, and you can obviously try it out, give it to your customers, and it almost always answers very reliably from the knowledge that it can speak out from. Now, so far, what we have covered primarily is how the customer can get an answer directly from the knowledge base if they want to search. If they want to talk to someone, get a response from them, they can talk to someone as well. But in a scenario where, let's say, they did not find an answer, or it's something that's very, very personal to them, let's say, hey, where is my refund, or how can I apply for a certain thing, right? In that case, what we've set up is something called as AI task. So if you go to automation, I click on automation. So you're going to see a lot of the pre-made templates that you can use AI for. Like you can extract order ID, extract account name, triage, classify by request type. You can summarize technical issues, summarize escalation, a lot of these things, right? Now let's say I want to extract order ID from the email. So as you can see, uh, there is a trigger, which is the starting point of this automation. And then you have AI task. AI task is basically you prompting Hiver AI on what you want it to do, right? And you can just take this pre-made template and use as it is, or you can just build one of your own. So let's say if I create from scratch and I set up a AI task here. It's a very simple one-line prompt that I wrote, and I can just click on improve prompt to make it even better. And after that, I can ask it to generate from prompt. So let's say if I click on generate from prompt, it creates something called as variables, and it is going to look at the email, it's going to understand if it has a phone number or not. And then it's going to just store them into these variables that you can use everywhere. So let's say I just text this prompt here. So this email did not have a phone number, so it classified it as false, and it gave it a null as well, which means there's no phone number that was extracted. So I can just click on AI task and I can add it here. And now I have two variables, has phone number and phone numbers. Now let's say if it has a phone number, I want someone from my team to give them a call, right? So I can just set it up like this, and I can say, okay, I can use the AI variable here, and has phone number is true, which means that it has this email has a phone number. And in the next step, I can just assign it to someone to give them a call. So I can just click on action, I can assign to, and I can just assign to. That's it, right? Which means I am using some conditions to assign it to someone, and your conditions might vary. Let's say you have an order ID, then assign it to someone. Maybe your email that you received has a complaint, right? And you want to assign it to someone based on that. You can do that as well. So AI task can do tons of things. It can generate a response that you can send to someone. It can you can attach a knowledge base. Let's say you have a lot of product knowledge across different of your documents. You can use that as well over here, and you can use this knowledge for it to understand the context a lot better. And you can just play around with a lot of AI tasks. And AI task is purpose built for handling a lot of the L2 queries that are not handled by chat, that are not handled by the knowledge base, which we feel are complex in nature. So we've built something to assist you on that as well. Now let's say you've set up your AI task, but what if your customers are angry about something? You would want to talk to them quicker, or you would want to escalate it to someone, and or you would want to handle it in a different way. So we have AI sentiment analysis for the same, wherein you can just create the way you want your sentiments to be. Let's say, for example, negative for me is, let's say, refunds. So in this case, I can just configure to say that, okay, if it's anything as a refund, replacement, or so on this, in that case, you need to tag me and it has to be an active sentiment. and I can set a 3-pointer scale or I can set a 5-pointer scale, how much ever depth I wanted. So 5-pointer would mean very positive, positive, neutral, negative, and very negative, while 3-pointer is just positive, neutral, and negative. And I can write on my conversations, and I can see how well my conversations were. So in this case, you could see that they were most neutral, right? And then I can see one positive email over here, right? So I can save it, and sentiment analysis works on all of your emails. And you can use sentiment analysis in your automations as well. So let's say if I go over here into automations and I can create an automation. So you can use AI sentiment. Let's say if an AI sentiment is updated, I want it to be action. I want it to be assigned to someone. So I can just assign it to me. And that's how it is. That's how easy it is to use sentiments in your automations. Again, now let's say my team does a lot of tags and it's very hard for them to manually tag each and every email. So in that case, we have something called AI tagging. So with AI tagging, you can look at the tag that you or your team has put in, and you can just turn on or turn off tags for them. So I can train AI on the tags on the emails that I have. So let's say am tagging an email as automations all the time. So I can just click on it, look at all the emails that were tagged as automation, and I can just create a tag and I can just manage it. So you will see that AI tags is something that Hiver AI learns. Let's say you have tagged 10 emails manually, Hiver AI is going to help you tag the rest of the similar emails because it understands the pattern from the. So this is how AI tagging works. So yeah, like you can see, this is an email that has come in. And as you can see, the first thing that you will notice is how Hiver AI automatically tagged it. So it's going to tag it. It's going to apply a tag, which it learns from the way you are tagging your email. And you can also report it. Let's say if you think it's inaccurate, you can just click on report and it gets reported. So, and you can see the tag was automatically removed. Along with that, you can also see the sentiment. Let's say, for example, neutral sentiment is not something that you want to have an urgency on. Your agents can understand that and prioritize it accordingly. Along with that, one more interesting thing that you're going to see is that our automation ran and it detected a query and it generated a response. This is exactly how AI task is used. So I can just copy the response that's there. Yeah, and I can just format it and I can send it across to the people. That's how easy it makes for anyone trying to use AI task, AI sentiment, AI time together to get job done.
Thanks, Suraj. So today I'll be covering our three major Hiver AI functionalities: AI Copilot, AI QA, and AI Insights. Each of these is designed to solve a distinct set of challenges that service teams face every single day. Starting with AI Copilot, the core objective behind building AI Copilot is we want to help agents at every single point in a conversation's lifecycle, whether they're trying to understand what a conversation is about, looking up information, or crafting a response. Copilot is right there to enable faster and accurate replies. Now, AI Copilot is made of three core modules that work together. Let me break down each one of them. The first one is Ask AI. Think about what an agent typically does when they receive a query they're not immediately sure about. They switch tabs, they dig through help articles, search through internal docs, and it's all time consuming and breaks the flow entirely. As AI, Ask AI solves this by letting agents query all of their configured knowledge sources like your help center, your Google Docs, Notion, Confluence, Google Sheet, and many more right within their workflow inside the side panel itself. There's no context switching. The agent stays exactly where they are, asks a question in natural language, and gets a relevant answer pulled from across all the connected knowledge sources. So that's what Ask AI is. The second core module in a Copilot is AI Summarize. We've all seen those long email threads that go messages deep. a new agent gets assigned to one of these, and suddenly they are spending tens and 15s of minutes to scroll through and just trying to understand what this is about. AI Summarizer takes those long conversation threads and distills them into clear, concise summary. In seconds, an agent can understand the full context of the email thread, what the customer asked, what's being tried, where things stand. This is especially powerful and helpful for handoff between agents or shifts where continuity is critical. And the core piece in the AI Copilot comes is our AI drafts. This is where everything comes together. AI drafts takes all the available context, the conversation history, the customer's query, your knowledge sources, and generates a draft response that the agent can review, edit if needed, and send right away. It's about giving agents a strong starting point so they're not starting at the blank slate. The results significantly faster response times without sacrificing the quality or accuracy. Let me walk you through a quick demo of how our AI Copilot works. Let's start with the setup of AI Copilot. So you can, in your admin panel, you can head to Hiver AI. Within that, you will be able to see two sections, AI agents and AI Copilot. We'll go to the AI Copilot section. There you will see Ask AI, AI Compose, and AI Summarizer. So first of all, we'll turn all of these on, and these are at inbox level. So you can select which inbox you want to turn it on, which knowledge sources you want to connect to which inbox. Once you turn on Ask AI, you can set up your knowledge sources. So your knowledge sources is these are the sources our AI will refer whenever you ask a query. This is all the context it will have. You can have Hiver knowledge base. You can also have external sources like Notion, Google Doc, Google Sheet, Confluence. Also, you can have upload custom PDFs or docs or add snippets of small text. Once you have set up Ask AI, similarly, you can turn on AI Compose and AI Summarizer. Now, let's look into a workflow, taking an example of if a support email comes to me, how can I use AI Copilot to answer better and faster? So I have an email assigned to me, which is open. I'll click on it. Okay. So I see it's a long email. So a lot of words. So I can quickly click on summarize this conversation to understand the context. Okay. So I see that the users is asking the information on how to add new users. Let me check if this information is already present in our internal docs and I can get some help from there. So I'll click this yellow icon of our AI Copilot. You can also use summarize conversation from here as well. Let me ask how to add users. Got it. So seems like the information on how to add users is present in our docs, and AI was able to surface it to me right within my workflow. I can see the steps on the admin end at the user end, and this looks good to me. So I'll ask to draft a response. Okay, so I can see I have gotten a draft response. It takes all the context present in the email, puts up the steps which are required to add the new users. This looks good to me. I can just click insert and it will be there in the compose window. Okay, let me ask the user to, you can, okay, let me ask if they have any trouble, they can reach out to me. Now I can quickly use AI Compose to make it more professional and fix any grammatical errors I made, which I do at times. And yeah, here it is. AI has removed all the grammatical errors, added structure to the statement which I added, and I can just click accept. And we are good to go. I'll review it once again and just hit send. And that's it. This is how our AI Copilot can help you in the entire conversation lifecycle, from getting context to drafting responses. So once you have used Ask AI to help you with your conversation lifecycle, you can also review the responses and help us improve and personalize the suggestions of Ask AI for you. Here's how to do that. You can go to Hiver settings, admin panel, Hiver AI, and you can click on Ask AI review. Now here's the conversation which I used, and here's you can review what answer Ask AI was giving and was it correct or not. Similarly, you can personalize Ask AI to what tone are you expecting from the draft replies, what tone are you expecting from Ask AI responses, and how you want to manage the AI summaries which come up. You can ask it to be concise, you can ask it to be elaborate. That's how you set up this. Another feature which we have recently released, and one that's getting a lot of attention, is AI QA. Here's the problem it solves. If you are running a support team, you know that how important it is that every reply going out to a customer is accurate, clear, and on brand. But manually reviewing conversations, that's incredibly time consuming. You may you can maybe spot check a handful, but there's always some gaps which are there. That's where AI QA comes in. AI QA automatically reviews every reply which your teams are sending and highlights areas that need improvement. We're talking about things like, is the tone correct? Is the response clear? Easy to understand? Is it complete? Did the agent actually address everything the customer asked? And a a few other parameters. All of this is evaluated automatically across every single conversation. No manual efforts there. So instead of your team lead spending hours reading through threads and scoring replies, they get a ready-made quality report that tells them exactly where the gaps are and where coaching is needed. The result, the team stays consistent, your customers get better responses, and you get a lot of your time back. Let's quickly see how to set up AI QA and how to see the responses there. So to set up AI QA, you can go to Hiver AI, uh, AI tools, AI agent, and there you will see AI QA. Now you can configure which parameters you want AI QA to evaluate for in every conversation. You can have there are preset parameters like greeting, spelling grammar, tone, clarity, completeness, and personalization. You can also exclude domains if you want, that if you don't want to evaluate conversations which are between your own domains where your agents are talking to each other via email, you don't want to include that, you can add those as exclusion list, or if you want to remove some particular customers from this, you can add it or do that via the exclusion list. Also, you can configure this. What's the configuration? You can see it. Once this is all set and we have sufficient amount of data, you'll be able to see how your agents are performing across this scorecard. We can go to see the analytics of AIQA. And this is what you see. That 6 conversations were reviewed, and out of 10, the average score is 7.46. It was total for 2 users. You will see trend along with a user level report card. We'll see how many conversations were evaluated for each one of them, what are the scores across the parameters. You can also do it by domain, and also you can drill down to see a particular agent and which conversations were evaluated by AIQA. So you'll see these are the conversations, these are scores across the conversations, and what are the major uh, miss and gaps that are there to be improved. So this was how AIQA works. I have this email to me. Let me open it. And as soon as I start typing, you'll see. Okay, I read it. You'll see AIQA is reviewing my response. It has suggested me to polish my wording, and it has rephrased my statement to make it more professional. It is also suggesting me to add greetings and refine tone. I'll add greetings here. It's suggesting me to improve more. I'll do this when it looks good. I'm good to hit send. It shows me all the suggestions are done. My reply looks good. I can just send and close this ticket now, or send and wait for the customer to respond as per the requirement. So this is how AI QA coach works. It's really hard to step back and see the bigger picture. What are customers actually talking about? What patterns are forming? What's a trend like? Is it up? Is it down? What's the major contributors? That's exactly what insights help us to do. It gives you a bird's eye view of all your data, so you can spot patterns across large volumes of conversations, catch emerging trends before they become bigger issues. And AI topics is one of the key features under our AI insights theme. Here's how it works. Every incoming email that hits your inbox is automatically analyzed by AI and assigned a topic and a subtopic. No manual tagging, no training required. It just works out of the box. What makes it even more powerful is that it doesn't start from a blank slate. The AI looks at all your past conversations, analyzes them, and builds out a set of topics and subtopics on its own. So from day one, you already have a meaningful structure in place. This system keeps evolving as your conversation patterns shift. Maybe a new product launch or a particular issue starts spiking up. The AI picks on that and updates the topics accordingly. So your taxonomy stays relevant and reflects what's actually happening right now, not some months back when this was actually just set up. So here's how AI topics work. You can find AI topics under Hiver AI, AI Insights, and the top card there, AI topics. You can configure it. First, you can turn it on. Once you turn it on, it'll take some time to do a cold start and run through all your past conversations and come up with nomenclatures and the taxonomy for your topics and subtopics. Once that's done, all the new incoming conversation will automatically be categorized within these, or new topics or subtopics will be created if the need be. So how this helps is you can see that what are major pain points here. Suppose notification is something, a major issue which we are seeing. Within that, what are subtopics which are trending, and how many have the sentiment across it. You can view it for multiple, and you can also view which exact conversations are part of these particular topics or subtopics. So that's how uh, our AI topics work. You can also use these AI topics in automations, where you can set up automations that if this particular topic is detected, you can assign it to someone. You can do a lot more activities with the AI task functionality, which Suraj explained based on these topics. So yeah, this is how Hiver AI helps you across the entire conversations lifecycle, making things faster, better, and with the core objective that you shouldn't leave Hiver to get any context or information. Everything should be there should sit inside your workflow and make your life a lot easier. I would like to highlight another interesting feature which we built, which helps admins to understand the usage of different AI features, which we call AI usage dashboard. The AI usage dashboard gives you a clear view of how your team uses Hiver AI across your shared inboxes and the time saved in terms of productivity by doing so. You can use it to identify high impact AI features which your teams finds valuable, quantify the time saved, and share it in reviews and leadership updates. Also, you can spot underused features and encourage the usage of those. Let's have a quick view of how AI usage dashboard looks. So you can find AI usage dashboard in Hiver AI and go to AI usage. Now, what you'll see is at a cumulative level, the total number of AI actions which took place and the total amount of time saved based on these actions. Also, a split of this across different features, uh, different AI features which your team is using, which can be AI sentiment, Ask AI, AI Compose, and it also highlights which features have opportunity for you to involve in your workflow and save productivity hours by automating things with AI. We also see a week-over-week trend of different AI features and spot which features are trending high, these are the opportunities which you can use to encourage AI adoption across your team. And yeah, this is a quick glimpse of how AI usage dashboard looks and the key objective we built it with. One of the success stories with Hiver AI we would like to highlight is of Pelican. So Pelican is in the real estate industry, and they were getting a lot of queries from tenant, repetitive queries across payments, maintenance, and policies, long threads, unstructured, and they had their documentation, internal documentation all over the place. Their new reps were taking time to onboard and ramp up because of this. They implemented our AI copilot functionality, and they were able to see drastic improvements from the start itself. Their agents were able to get context of the query and all the information, internal information, right within the Hiver interface, They didn't had to go anywhere, and it helped them drastically reduce the average ticket resolution time for them, leading to an increased customer satisfaction and CSAT. Another interesting one we would like to highlight is Bizat. So Bizat has high number of agents, and they used to manually do the quality review, where they would do spot check and pick up some conversations and analyze the quality of the conversation. They got to know they were partners in building uh, AIQA, and with AIQA they were able to eliminate like 100% of their manual spot check activity with automated AIQA reports, which had broader coverage and came up with higher quality for them, drastically reducing the manual effort required and increasing the quality benchmark for the team.
So det.org.uk uh, is a school supplier. They handle tons of invoicing, and often a lot of the invoices that they uh, get are very unstructured, and their teams would spend a lot of time going into a lot of these invoices, understanding what are the context, and that would mean a lot of productivity loss for the team. So what we did was we sort of helped them set up AI tasks, and now their entire team gets a detailed outlook of all the invoices from the attachments using AI tasks, and it makes the job a lot more easier by doing this. So this is the et.org.uk's journey with AI tasks. So happy to hear what capability are you most excited to start using.
Thanks, Suraj. We are also building some exciting stuff and would love to know your thoughts on how would you use these in your existing workflows. The first one which we are coming up with is a knowledge base builder, which automatically analyzes your past conversations and builds a knowledge base, which can be an internal or an external knowledge base. And this can power all our Hiver AI features. So you can think of that you will be able to leverage your past information to improve your current and future state. It comes in two versions. One is if you don't have a knowledge base, we'll be able to create a knowledge base from scratch for you. And if you have existing knowledge base, we'll be able to highlight the gaps in the knowledge base, which if filled would help with a higher deflection rate and query resolution for your users. Along with that, we are also coming up with a detailed analytics on how your knowledge base is being used, who are the folks who are visiting it, what are the queries they are searching for, what are the queries they are not getting an answer, so that it can be filled and it can be expanded to become more comprehensive. Along with that, we also have an exciting feature upcoming, which is the Topics Explorer, where you will be able to slice and dice a lot more basis the topics. You can identify CSAT trends. You can apply other parameters and get to know exactly where your business is moving in terms of the queries coming in and what are the key trends which are forming up. So here's a quick sneak peek of how the Topic Explorer looks and works. So you can see your trending topics, your trends over time. This is split across CSAT. You can select any other uh, parameter there in a very, very intuitive and graphical format so that you can quickly get the pulse of what's happening on ground, what are the major issues, and work in a direction towards resolving those. Over to Suraj now.
Thanks, Anurag. Thanks for an interesting walkthrough of all the features that are coming in. Uh, the next two set of features are very interesting, and these are something that our customers have been asking for quite some time now. So, churn predictor analyzes a lot of the emails, a lot of the signals that you get, and it understands which of your customers are most likely to churn. Right now, customers have to go through multiple layers, understand multiple context, and then come up with an answer. But churn predictor makes it so much more easier for you to prioritize the customers that had a bad experience, or maybe are not happy with with your support or your email. So it analyzes all of the Hiver context, and it sort of understands and tells you that, hey, these are the customers that need attention. The second part is something that we have been working for quite some time now, is agentic workflows. So typically, a lot of the workflows are, step one, step two, and step three. What agentic workflows does is it lets you set up your own agent, and it can reason, it can understand, and it can handle a query all by itself. So let's say you get a refund query, you go to Stripe, you check out some details, you come back and you send a response. An agent can handle that part for you. And this is essentially useful for a lot of teams that want to work, and that want to sort of give out a lot of the boring work to an agent, and an agent can handle this for you. So this is something that's coming very, very soon, and we've been working on it for quite some time now. Thank you. So what capabilities are you most excited to start using when we build it?
Thank you, Suraj and Anurag, for the amazing demo of our Hiver AI features, what we have and what we're currently working on. And since you have seen all the features in action, we'd love to know if you're interested in seeing a personalized demo of all these Hiver AI features. Our team will show you how it suits your use cases. So based on your responses, our team will reach out to you and you can schedule a demo with us. So before we move on to our Q&A section, we have our Hiver community. So what you see in the community is you get access to all our product updates, tips, and best practices. You can also connect with like-minded professionals and Hiver experts. You can ask questions and get quick solutions directly from the Hiver team and fellow users. You can also engage with a network of professionals from beginners to experts. Please do scan the QR code you see on the screen to join our Hiver community, and we would love to see you all there. Thanks for joining, and we can move now to the Q&A section. Thanks for taking the time and joining this session. We hope you found the session useful. We hope to see you in the next session that's coming very soon. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Suraj and Anurag from the AI team are here to answer all your questions.
Uh, hey, Kevin. Hi. So we're bringing in something very cool very soon, and that's called Topic Explorer. So what Topic Explorer does is it sort of enables you to view your incidents, top common problems, a lot of those things, and we found it very helpful for teams that have a lot of incidents, common topics. So Topic Explorer is coming very soon, and that should be able to give you a view of how the problems are across your emails. So that's about the first question. Srividhya, can you move to the next question? So Carolina, I think what we are referring to as agent, as an AI agent, is essentially like your digital worker. So think of it like an AI asset you have, and this AI asset can do a lot of things on your behalf, and it can function like an agent in your team. So that is what we mean by AI agents. I hope that answers your question.
Feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A box. We have a few more minutes to take more questions. If we don't have any more questions, we can wrap up this session. Thanks for joining the session. We hope you found the session really helpful. We hope to see you all very, very soon in the next one. Thank you and have a great day ahead.